All right, welcome to ForwardWarrior 2020. Tell me your name and what's going on.
My name is Jermaine Clark. I'm 2020 ForwardWarrior artist. Pretty excited.
Cool. Is this your first ForwardWarrior?
It is. It's my first ForwardWarrior. I appreciate the invite.
Right on. What are you working on?
I'm doing a mural of my sister, my little sister. I wanted to show my appreciation for having unconditional love of a sibling, but also representing the strength and beauty of a black woman, and to me, she personifies that. Nice.
So some of the other black artists have been talking about passerbys asking them if the person that they're painting is famous or a celebrity or mourning. So I like that people are painting living.
Yeah, no, she's famous to me, but it doesn't, just because you're, paying homage this way doesn't necessarily mean that they're famous or deceased of any sort. I think art is meant to represent all of that, and it's okay to still, pay homage to living people in this way too. That was my whole concept. I wanted her. She would have never expected herself to be, 10 feet on a wall in the middle of Atlanta, but I'm the artist's brother, so that's what she gets for being my sister. So I'm gonna pay my respects, and as an artist, I love the opportunity to represent the people in my life and the people that have supported me, and she's my biggest supporter.
Awesome. And she is a big supporter. She's no longer your quote-unquote little sister, right?
Yeah, no, she's a grown woman, but,
No, I mean, like, she's like 10 feet tall.
Oh, no, in the literal sense, no, she's a big sister. She would like that.
Tell me a little bit about your other work.
So just in general, I'm a painter. Have a studio here in Atlanta that I operate out of. Most of my paintings are abstract. I do script style, conceptual work. A lot of my work has lyrics and meanings, words of inspiration that I like to incorporate. I do also do portraits, something I'm passionate about with as far as representational work. I like to represent people in my life and in the culture that help cultivate me as a man and as an artist. So I like to represent those people in that way too. So I kind of dive in a couple things. I just like to create. So whether it's painting abstract pieces or doing portraits or murals, I don't discriminate. I just like to make art, and I'm just appreciative to be able to love, to do what I love.
Right on. It's kind of hard to see from where we're standing, but there's some of what I think defines your style kind of in the yellow circle or the sun behind her head.
Yeah, so even with my portraits, I like to kind of leave a some subtlety of my style and the script work. They actually do say something, but in this piece, it's just kind of for decoration and background, but to let you know that I also, if you looked at most of my work, it's going to be in a similar style as the script work. But so yeah, that's just some I guess art thing that I just threw in there, and hopefully if you know my work or if you are familiar, you catch that. Otherwise, it just kind of looks cool. I think
it does look cool.
Thank you.
So what have you been working on this year?
Wow, so yeah, this year's been crazy, obviously for everyone, but I've been grateful enough to be able to still do what I love, and even when times are hard, I've been able to turn to my work, and art gives us that outlet to be able to escape from our reality. So I've been doing a lot of work in my studio, been cranking out some paintings that speak to the times, doing mural work. Yeah, just trying to stay busy. I think that's the thing that's been helping me cope, is just staying busy and making art.
How do you balance, on one hand, escaping from the times, and the other hand, just living in it and referencing it in your work?
What was the question? How do I?
How do you said you did a little bit of both. Mm-hmm. There was a little bit of balance between sometimes art's an escape, but sometimes you're relating to or referencing what's going on in the world.
Okay, yeah. I fuse the two. I think it's very important during this time, especially for Black artists to use their voice. We got a lot to say. This is kind of like a respawn of some type of renaissance. There's like a lot of things to say and speak on. So I think it's important for us to say something with the times, and as it being an outlet, I just think that's, that just comes with it. I was going to be painting anyway. I was going to be making art anyway. I might as well use this time to leverage the message and use my voice, which is, it's a great time to do that, and I'm grateful for ForwardWarrior for giving us the opportunity to use that same kind of voice on a bigger scale, doing public art.
Where do you fall on the spectrum of hopeful and optimistic, or pessimistic and discouraged? Because it's been a roller coaster for me this year. But how do you think things are going to go the right direction? Are you worried?
I'm always hopeful. I don't come from a place of pessimism. I've faced adversity my whole life, so the fact that this is something that's going on during this time for everybody, I always feel like tough times don't last, tough people do. So this is just one of those times. Life happens, and I think what I find value in is the fact that we're all going through this together. Reach out to just having conversations with people you probably would never talk about, or you would never think you had something in common. We got this in common. So I'm very hopeful and optimistic as far as thinking that something's good gonna come out of this. Whether you think it is or not, I'm hopeful that something always comes from bad. So that's where I stand.
I believe that too. It's hard sometimes, but one of the things I really enjoy about this project, and maybe just the message behind it, the ForwardWarrior, is that the wall and the artists together are kind of giving strength to the passerbys, but also each other. One of the things you're missing out on this year, obviously, is there's not a whole big group of people painting at the same time. Mm-hmm. What's it feel like to be out here, essentially by yourself?
I don't mind. It's quiet. The neighborhood's pretty quiet. I love the neighborhood. The neighbors are really nice. I've had some good conversations with the neighbors. I've been able to run into a couple artists out here, but for the most part, I don't really mind being kind of out here painting alone. I'm sure a lot of artists will feel the same way. Kind of working to yourself is probably preferred, but I also would have liked the whole ForwardWarrior experience, because as being a local artist, I've always heard about this event and the significance of it, and it's always been something to look forward to every year. So for it to kind of not be the same in that way, I do miss that aspect. I wish I could have got that experience, but 2020 has been different for everybody, for everything. So I'm still gonna say this is gonna be a different time for ForwardWarrior, and I'm gonna be a part of this this special time during the pandemic, or during pandemic. ForwardWarrior, I can say I was a part of it. So yeah, I'm good either way.
Right on. I mean, you got a little bit of that experience with stack squares, where people are painting together at the same time. Yeah,
now that was a good lead up to ForwardWarrior, and just being out there with all the artists, and still getting that same experience with the neighbors. I'm always down for camaraderie. I love meeting other artists and just working together. So like I said, I'm good either way. I love that experience, being able to talk and look over to my neighbor and they're killing it, and looking forward to seeing how other artists their process is, and that aspect of it too. I'm all for it. So I'm good either way, like I said.
Cool. So I know that you had been working, I believe deeply that you are here because of your talent and your artistic creativity, but also you've been working with the curator on some other projects. I noticed you worked on that big United mural with him. What was that like?
Oh man, that was a amazing experience. First off, I'll just say Peter Ferrari's probably one of the most genuine and best guys I've met, not just as an artist, but as a man. Like, very good dude. So for him to have me out to help him in some of his projects, a complete honor. And it's been fun learning from one of the best. And that experience with
He's all right.
Yeah.
No, he's a good dude.
The thing is, he won't let you tell him he's the best. That's why I like to gas him up. I don't mind. Yeah, having that experience with the Atlanta United, just being on that wall and cranking out that big mural was an experience, and it kind of gave me it was like the bug. It bit me. It was something thrilling about being up there and just making art with somebody that you respect that makes me want to keep doing it. And anytime Peter calls me for anything, I'm gonna. He has a friend in me forever, but also like I'm grateful to work with him as well.
Nice. How do you approach your work differently? Your studio work versus like a massive wall project.
Organized. You got to be more organized. I have to, it's more of a process to be able to scale up a piece. So you have to consider a lot more than it is just kind of working on canvas or in your studio. You got to consider elements. You got to consider tools and different other things. So it's almost a different beast having to scale up work and knowing your tools and the process part. What I love about the studio work is I'm my freest when I can just paint and be in my space, and whatever I'm conceiving on the canvas, it just kind of, there's no thought. I like to work freely. I like to express myself in the moment, so I don't necessarily have the pressure of making something look like exactly like it's supposed to when I'm in my studio. But with most the mural projects, it's a lot more of a process as far as scaling up and behind the scenes and getting prepped for it. It's a different ball game. I like both. I like both. But sitting in your studio and painting in your own spaces is my first love.
Right on. Where do you see your work evolving and going in the future? Or is there a subject matter you're exploring more, or is there something you're trying to learn or focus on?
Right now, I'm focusing more on bigger work, getting my work seen in bigger spaces, getting in front of more eyes. But also, I'm looking to inspire more. I want to put more emphasis on letting my work inspire. I want to motivate people from my work and how I move, and I think that's my purpose. So I want to really, I've been, tapping into that, but I want to elevate that a lot more, using opportunities like this to leverage, meeting new people and showing them my work and having conversations of, introducing them to my work and wanting to, inspire, be the reason why someone feels like they can be who they want to be, or just get out to bed that day, because it's tough for everybody. So I want my work to incorporate all of that, like just inspiring people. And yeah. I think, opportunities like this give me the confidence and the validation to know that I'm on the right track and people are watching and they want to see what you got to say, so I want to inspire them.
I feel that, and I feel that this piece is inspiring and hopeful, and I think people are going to respond to it really well. It's open to a lot of interpretation, what's going through her mind, but she's gazing far away from a position of strength.
Yeah,
I think it's real nice.
Thank you. That's all. You hit the nail on the head. You figured it out, man. Thank you.
So if people want to learn more about you and your art, where should they go?
Follow me on Instagram, xmaine. That's XMAINE. My website is xmaine Studio. So you're gonna find me around there.
.com.
xmainestudio.com. At xmaine on Instagram.
Cool. Any parting words you want to give to the kids who might be coming up or just starting their artistic careers?
You can do it. Don't let no one ever tell you there's no money in art, you can't do it, or this, you know, you can't make a living from it, or, you know, don't let anybody tell you you're weird because you're trying to do something different. You could do it. I'm living proof of that. So don't stop, keep working, and I might see you at ForwardWarrior one day.
Awesome.